Hello everyone, my name is Admiral Prince Eric and welcome back to my channel. So in my previous video about the announcements for did recording ahead during update 12.5 so far, but of course I did recording for my first impressions on tier 10 Zhao, but during the time for the combat missions on the concealed maneuvers. So I'm gonna get started right now in this new video. We're going for the reactions for the new ships and the close tests for update 12.7. So let's get started to it. Okay, so first one is the new ships. Close test 12.7 was posted 10 a.m. on July 13. Okay, we finally revealed details and specifications about the upcoming tech tree on late 2023 is gonna be the Japanese battleships known as Japanese battle cruisers. Okay, Japanese researchable battleships Yumihari, Adatara, and Bungo, as well as the Japanese premium battleship Tsurugi have been added to the game for testing. For the upcoming close testing session, a branch of Japanese battleships known as the battle cruisers will be added to the game. At Tier 8, the main battery is represented by 8 410mm guns, and at Tiers 9 and 10 by 8 and 10 457mm guns respectively. The new ships are stealthy battle cruisers, relying on long-range guns with good accuracy and high damage per salvo, as well as a new type of equipment, a variant of spotting aircraft with high precision optics. When this active, this type of a type of spotting aircraft increases not only your main barrel guns, but it also their accuracy. Among the disadvantages of these new battleships are the low HP pools, weak armor, and weak air defenses. However, this was demonstrated from a premium ship, a Tier 9 Dyson. Okay, so Tier 8 Japanese battleship Yumihari. Okay, so Yumihari what could be a Tosa class battleship. So I would likely to say it's a predecessor of what's come from the Amagi class battle cruiser. After the end of the Russo-Japanese War, Japan adopted the famous 8-8 fleet, according to which their fleet was to consist of 8 battleships and 8 fast armored cruisers, known as battle cruisers. This plan went through a number of changes. In particular, the armored cruisers were replaced by battle cruisers, and the number of ships was reduced. However, after the outbreak of First World War, ship construction resumed. The design of the new battle cruiser was an evolution of the famous Congo-class battle cruisers. The design was later changed and resulted in the famously unbuilt Amagi-class battle cruisers. Okay, the next one is Adatara, the Tier 9 Japanese battleship. Okay, so Adatara is known to be a Super Nagato with a 457mm guns. Functionally, in the historical revisionist, that is a number 13 class battleship. After the US announced an ambitious shipbuilding program in 1919, the Japanese naval plan was revised. It required 4 battleships and 4 battle cruisers to be built. 13 variants of battleships and battle cruisers were proposed. So-called Project A, which became the key class, was chosen as the battleship. Project K was chosen for the battle cruisers. Construction was scheduled to begin in 1922, but because of the Washington Naval Conference, these battle cruisers were not laid down. That was a bad feeling about this. These Japanese shipbuilders are coming to build more battleships as soon as we can, before the construction of the famously Yamato class. Okay, the top tier of this branch of battle cruisers is a Yamato's rival, the Japanese battleship battle cruiser Bungo. After revision of the Japanese fleet development plan, new battleships and battle cruisers were ordered. These famously known as Project L, an enlarged version of Project A which became a key class, was developed. It was also armed with 5 main battery turrets but with large caliber guns. However, this design exceeded key in displacement by 9,000 tons, which would have resulted in a significant increase in cost. Both key and these ships were prevented from being built by Washington Naval Conference, which resulted in temporary ban on battleship construction and a limit of total tonnage. So the newest Japanese battleship is the Bungo. So this is what's gonna be a Yamato's rifle, which was the battle cruiser armed with 457mm guns and has a 5 turrets consist of 10 guns, which is what's known to be known as Super Amagi. Okay, so Japanese battleship will have a specification. The hit points is 62,200. However, Amagi's hit points, wait lang. Okay, so Amagi's hit points on the fully researched upgrade is about the 66,300, meaning the highest hit points on the Amagi. And the U battleship Yumihari has 62,200. Okay, so the plating is about 25mm, torpedo protection 26%. Here are the specific details entirely, so I will not go into read it. Maximum speed is about 30 knots, turning circle radius 880 meters, rudder shift time 50.2 seconds, surface detectability 14.7 kilometers, air detectability is 11 kilometers. Detectability after firing main guns in smoke is 14.8 kilometers. Consumables, we got damage control party, a repair party, and the third slot is going to be the catapult fighter and spotting aircraft with a variance, the high precision optics. This consumable takes on the main battery fire rate is about 10%, max shell dispersion minus 20%. It's gonna be a 5 charges in this time. Next one is the Japanese battleship battlecruiser Atatara. So kindly explains this. So the hit points is 71,100. With the Izumo class, hit points is 78,900, meaning the Izumo was the highest hit points ahead, rather against the Japanese battlecruiser Adatara. The plating is about 25mm, torpedo protection 29%. Wow, this is gonna be an interesting new battlecruisers ahead for the game. Okay, this time the armament is 457mm guns, 4x2. Range is about 23.9 or 24 kilometers. The maximum speed is about 30 knots. The turning circle radius 880 meters. Rudder shift time 60.2 seconds. Surface detectability 15 kilometers. Air detectability 11.8 kilometers. Detectability after firing main guns in smoke is about 16.5 kilometers. Okay, the same thing I had the consumables like this on the previous one. Okay, the top tier of the Japanese battleship battlecruiser Bungo. This is gonna be a Yamato's rifle. Hit points is 82,800. However, the hit points of the Yamato is 97,200, meaning the Yamato was the highest hit points against this new battleship. Plating is about 25mm, torpedo protection 36%. Main batteries consist 5x2 457mm guns. Fire range 25 kilometers. Maximum speed is about 30 knots. Turning circle radius 960 meters. Rudder shift time 17.4 seconds. Surface detectability 15 kilometers. Air detectability 12.8 kilometers. And detectability after firing main guns in smoke is 16.5 kilometers. Same consumables ahead for this Japanese battlecruiser's tech tree. All stats are listed without crew and upgrade modifiers, but with best available modules. The stats are subject to change during the testing. Okay, the next one is the Japanese premium battleship battlecruiser Tsurugi. Okay, so Tsurugi is a distant relative cousin of Dyson. However, which main armament using its 457mm guns, and the torpedo is gonna be changed, not a regular one. This time the torpedoes are going to be used like from Asashio. The battleship and battlecruiser designs included in the new 8-8 fleet had a minimal differences. Famously known as number 13 battleships, or famously known as number 13 class battleships, Battlecruisers have practically no difference in speed from battleships of the key class. This was beyond the scope of Japanese accepted naval tactics with the fast wing of the fleet. To increase its speed and turn the number 13 class into a true battlecruiser, one option would have been to remove one of the main battery turrets. However, the construction of number 13 class ships, sorry, the number 13 class battleships was cancelled after the Washington Naval Treaty was signed. Shurugi is a battlecruiser with a powerful long-range main battery guns. She is also equipped with a deep-water torpedoes similar to Asashio's, but with a shorter range. Be careful though, yes, the same thing ahead like the Asashio torpedoes, it will cause a maximum damage, just like a Shimakaze. The ship is also notable for its high speed and good concealment. As for her disadvantages, she has a small HP pool and weak armor, particularly around the citadel. The same thing ahead like Dyson. Okay, let's check around the Dyson's hit points. So this Japanese battleship Shurugi is about hit points 69,700 against the Dyson's hit pool is the 69,300, meaning the Shurugi was the highest hit points against the dockyard ship Dyson. The main battery consists 3x2 457mm guns, firing range 23 kilometers, reload time 28 seconds, 180-degree turn time 45 seconds, maximum dispersion 234 meters, sigma is around 2.05. The torpedo tubes we got 2x4 610mm, equipment with deep torpedoes that can only hit battleships and aircraft carriers. Maximum damage is about 20,967, range is about 15 kilometers, speed is 67 knots, reload time 150 seconds. Torpedo detectability is about 0.9 kilometers. Maximum speed 35 knots, turning circle radius about 970 meters, rudder shift time 16 seconds, surface detectability 14.1 kilometers, air detectability 11.8 kilometers, and detectability after firing main guns and smoke 15.7 kilometers. So the available consumables we got the damage control party and repair party, but ultimately the absence of the spotting and fighter catapult fighter. All stats are listed without crew and upgrade modifiers, but with a best available modules. The stats are subject to change during the testing. About the naming reasons for a new Japanese battleships. Okay, so the Imperial Japanese Navy was unique in that when choosing ship names, special attention was paid to the beauty and melody of the sound. As is known, since 1905 it was a rule to give battleships the names of historical provinces, and for battle cruisers and heavy cruisers of mountains on the Japanese islands. But at the same time, the ships that were transformed into another class got to keep the given names. For example, battleships Kongo, Hiei, Kirishima, and Haruna, named after mountain peaks, are battle cruisers that entered service by 1915. They thoroughly modernized and reclassified in the 1930s as battleships. For the new Japanese battleships, we have tried to follow similar rules. The Yumihari was named after the mountain peak where the largest naval base Sasebo is located. The Adatara, meanwhile, in the honor of the active volcano located in Fukushima Prefecture on the island of Honshu. And the top of the branch is Bungo, bears the name after historical province in the east of Kyushu Island. Finally, Shurugi is named after the mountain on the island of Shikoku. The name in Japanese also used to refer to a type of sword from the early Japanese Middle Ages, which later became one of the sacred relics of Shintoism. Please note that all information in the development blog is preliminary. Announced adjustments and features may change multiple times during testing. The final information will be published on our game's website. So please tell us my reactions ahead for the comments down below. So we're gonna check it out very soon about these Japanese battleships, battle cruiser for some time. But it will changes throughout them temporarily for the future updates to come. And the Japanese battleships ahead for early access sometime on late 2023 after the Spanish cruises. So please you wanted to mind for that the Draconifel's video about the famously number 13 class. So I'm gonna search right now, so I gotta need to speed up a bit. So here it is. So the video will describes on the Draconivel video about this explained situation. It's about the IGA number 13 guide 261. So link down to the description below, so have to check it out about this Japanese battleship on this came appeared into the game. So I said it right now on description down the comments down below. Okay. The next one is a new dockyard, second iteration of the concealed maneuvers, battle type, and other news. Close test 12.7 was posted at 2 a.m. July 14, Bastille's Day Friday. Let's talk about the main features in update 12.7. And now I'm fully announced for this. The dockyard solution is getting ready ahead for the new pace of the dockyard event after Dyson. The construction of a Tier 10 Pan-Asian destroyer Lucian will begin on the Tanyun dockyard. The construction consists about 35 pieces, 30 of which can be completed by the dockyard's combat mission groups. Combat missions can be completed during updates 12.7 and 12.8, as well as the first 3 weeks of update 12.9. The dockyard itself will last until the start of the update 12.10. So basically, I'm gonna get excited for this new dockyard event and the second of the Tier 10 ships after Puerto Rico, made of that wage last year. So Lucian is gonna be the Holland type class, but regardless of the patch changes though, the balance changes though, made it by Wargaming developers. So you know what I'm gonna do. It's gonna be like a new trashing. So I'm gonna make my new video ahead during the public test 12.7 during the update 12.6. So stay tuned for that. We'll be getting ready for this. Now the concealed maneuvers. In update 12.7, the temporary battle type concealed maneuvers, which first appeared in this update 12.6, will be available again. Its main purpose is to test a new mechanics for aircraft carrier squadrons, the airdrop sea mines, and the smoke curtain generator. In this iteration, it will be possible to test the mechanics on 2 aircraft carriers that were previously removed from the game. The famously Taiho and Essex are formerly Tier 9 Japanese and American aircraft carriers respectively. They will be available for rent for completing a special combat mission. So I would remember this back at the start of the game in the previous years. So Taiho and Essex are formerly as Tier 9 ships, now residing as a Tier 10. Basically, I will never get this at the time. The battles will be held in a 9 vs 9 format on Tier 9 and 10 ships. You will be able to enter battle on Taiho and Essex as well as other aircraft carriers. Essex bombers will be available to summon a special airstrike that deploys a minefield. As far as the characteristics are similar to Midway's researchable dive bombers. Carriers also armed with Midway stock torpedo bombers with torpedo sight settings from Lexington, as well as Midway stock attack aircraft equipped with tiny team rockets are faster sight narrowing. The same thing ahead. The squadron parameters were made in this far back in the game before update 0.8.0. Here are the stats who's gonna be listed about them. Meanwhile, the Taiho's tactical attack aircraft will be equipped with the smoke curtain generator. The same thing ahead like from Kikaku. They are armed with rockets for Shokaku attack aircraft, but with a reduced damage. The ship also has a stock Hakuryu torpedo bombers with reduced cruising speed and Hakuryu researchable dive bombers with increased number of aircraft on deck. Taiho's damage focus was shifted from torpedo bombers to other squadrons compared to Hakuryu. Here are the Taiho squadron parameters will be listed above. In the new iteration of concealed maneuvers, it will be possible to go into battle at the head of submarines. We added the ability for them to interact with minefields. Each mine will have underwater tether attached to it, and upon contact with it, the mines will explode and cause damage to the submarine. The amount of damage as well as the probability of causing critical damage will depend on the distance between the submarine and the mine. In the ranked battles began. Ranked battles. In update 12.7, the next season the ranked battles will be starting. The battles will be held in a same format. Seats on tier 8 ships in the Bronze League, and the tier 9 ships will be played on the Silver and Gold Leagues. The 13th season, the rule for retain a star in case of defeat is the same of all leagues. Only the top base XP players can, by experience earned, will be retained star. We will share more details about the season at a later date. So I'm finding it exciting for this new ranked battle season coming ahead in the update 12.7, by which I'm gonna continue grind immediately for the British and Soviet cruisers at this time. Others we're gonna need this for the reinforcements at the time. But ultimately I gotta need this to grind for the newcomers. Clan Battles. The 22nd season of Clan Battles Anaconda will start on August 23. Battles will be held in a 7 vs 7 format, playing tier 10 ships including super ships. Restrictions is going to be aircraft carriers and submarines are not allowed to participate in battles. No more than one super ship per team. We will share more details about the new season Clan Battles and additional restrictions at a later date. Changes to rank and clan tokens. The rank and clan tokens will be removed from the game and exchanged for steel. Conversion rates about 600 steel for one rank token and 2000 steel for one clan token. As part of this update, camouflages previously available for these tokens will be available for steel. The cost of these camouflages will be revised according to exchange rate. Camouflages available for 3 clan tokens or 10 rank tokens will cost 6000 steel. So if you haven't had a chance to purchase camouflages for tokens, you will have the opportunity to get them for steel in this update. We will share more details about what will be the new composition of rewards in clan and rank battles at the later date. Now, the insignia selection update. The tab with patches and emblems has been updated. There will be a tab with a patch designer in which players will be able to create their own patch by combining different available elements. You will be able to choose the symbol, shape, and color of the edges, as well as customize the background color and texture. The ability to generate a random patch from the available elements was added. Categorization symbols, patches, and emblems has been added. In addition, we improved rendering technology. Patches, including existing ones, will look more realistic. So basically, this is going to be exciting for this insignia selection update. We will be continuing to look forward for them as the game modernization will be ahead continues. Now, the new unique upgrades for Petroplabos and Manfred von Richthofen has finally revealed. Now, AP shells with a ballistic tip will be the 6th slot for the Petroplabos upgrade. And the maximum AP shell damage is increased to 10%. Maximum dispersion of mean battery shells is about reduced to 7%. However, the problem is the consumable charges will be decreased to 1. Next one, the aerodynamic torpedo stabilizers, which is a Manfred von Richthofen's 6th slot. The torpedo bomber's HP is about 50%, maximum torpedo damage is about 10%, and torpedo arming distance is reduced to 10%. Luckily, this is gonna be a new opportunity for this unique upgrade for the top tier of German aircraft carrier, but I'm going to look forward on it. Trade in. For the first 2 weeks of version 12.7, a special tab will be available in Armory, where you can exchange certain tier 5 to 10 premium and special ships for a significant discount on the purchase of other premium and special ships with doubloons. Rare ships that are difficult or impossible to obtain exchange for a larger discount. If the exchange ship offers a discount greater than the value of the purchased ship, the exchange takes place without additional payment. The difference in value is not compensated. We will share all the details about trade-in 12.7 at a later date. So the trade-in is gonna be a new excitement comes in. So I'm gonna look forward to it. Other improvements and changes added a system of recommended upgrades for each ship. Similar to commander skills, such upgrades will be marked with a special symbol in the UI. Also added a button to purchase and install all recommended upgrades in free slots at once. The battle type selection screen has been updated. Permanent battle types are displayed at the top, while temporary seasonal battle types are displayed at the bottom. Added new descriptions and updated existing descriptions for all battle types that are displayed when clicking on the I button. Added tooltips for certain battle types that pop up when hovering over the battle type icon, showing limits on tier, ship types, and specific ships. Time until the end of the battle type, spring, or prime time. They are new contents. The following content will be added to the game. They are permanent camouflages. We got Free Wind for Numancia and Adventurer for Le Fantasque. However, the Tier 8 Premium Spanish cruiser Numancia will be getting excited for it in the armory ahead for the next updates to come. Navigator Treasures Patch and Flag, the Commander Fyodor Ushakov for Soviet ships, and the Fyodor Ushakov flag. Well, this is why I recognized it. The famously Russian Admiral Fyodor Ushakov. You know? The National Navy of Uruguay flag. Okay, that looks nice. Added premium container flags from which you can get one of 97 different cosmetic flags with 100% probability. In case you already have all flags from the container, you will receive compensation 15,000 gold. However, the visuals of the container are still work in progress. Please note that all information in the development blog is preliminary. Announcement adjustments and features may change multiple times during the testing. The final information will be published on game's website. So basically, I'm gonna exciting right now on during update 12.6. We'll be looking forward on the public test 12.7. Let's get on to it very soon. Now I don't want to read this. The graphics and sound improvements, which gonna be the recently DevBlog, was posted on yesterday about 1 a.m. So we have something the HT textures and collision models upgrades, as well as the hordes about gonna be changing. Wow, look at that! The port of New York, the island map, New Dawn, Polar. Fauna which is gonna be added to the game during at this time, such as dolphins, whale sharks, and species around them. But I would like that. The gameplay is gonna be the modernization right now for the. Wow, it's pretty positivity feedback. Now the water changes is gonna be the effects of ship's interaction with water will be updated. There are splashing waves on the bow will become more realistic. The display of water spray will be improved. When water hits a ship, foam will run across the deck. Added animation for drops falling from a wedge ship. Here are the new ship hit effects so far, which is gonna be a changing. Some occurred when main battery shells firing for the ship will be hit against enemy ships. Any details which is gonna be ahead, more realistic and futuristic. I would like that. The sap shells will have the same effects as HE projectiles. Here are the animations going to be the over penetrations, and the Sovietsky Soyuz about is going to be the ricochet and splashing damage. The effects as well as the animation for the secondary batteries, as well as when you hit the citadel, there is explosion that will coming in. The antennas, funnels, and secondary barrel animations, which is gonna be exciting. Added unfolding animations for antennas and funnels on the numbered aircraft carriers, as well as funnel rotation animations on some French battleships. Changes will only affect ships that have this as part of the design. All aircraft carriers, oh my god, this is gonna be exciting for this. So it's pretty amazing for the it's pretty amazing for this graphics, which is the Hakurio. The Athenas will be go down, as well as the French battleship Alsace, which is these panels will be rotating. Although the reason it is back, well, it's pretty amazing. Also added idler rotating animations for secondary battery turrets. This change will not affect the preparation time for the firing of the secondary battery guns. Now the graphic improvements on low settings, there will be a noticeable improvement in the game's visuals at low graphics setting. It will become roughly the same as the high settings in 2021 modernization. Here are the sound updates. The sound of events taking place far away from the player has been updated. Firing the main and secondary battery guns, A guns, explosions when destroying ships, and hits on ships at a long distance will be clearly distinguishable, conveying the natural feeling of long distance and simulating the sound propagation in real environment. The following sound effects have been updated. They are firing the main battery, secondary battery, and A guns. Main and secondary battery shells hitting ships and water. Sounds of ricochet and over penetrations, and sounds of waves crashing against the bow of a ship as it moves. The volume of the sound will depend on the size of the wave splash. Alright, this is gonna be exciting for the graphic and sound improvements. Basically, in the future though, I will buy a new computer right now, so I have to upgrade right now the processor, the RAM, as well as the graphics card. Look over there. So it's gonna be exciting. Let's get on to it for the closing. Anyways, I hope you enjoy for my video. So please like, subscribe, and click the notification icon. So I will recording my video on it sometime, which is gonna be the updates, reactions, as well as the gameplay coming soon. But anyways, I hope you guys, thanks for watching, and I hope you see you in my next video very soon. Goodbye, and have a magical sailing seas into the battle.